Welcome to the 611 Films YouTube channel. We are back in 99. My name is David Groves, is one of your hosts. With me as always,
Neil McKay, what is up?
Neil McKay, we are back. We're doing a horror film in the summertime. It's called Stir of Echoes.
Was it called that or Sixth Sense? I'm not.
Or was Sixth Sense supposedly called Stir of Echoes? Like the bargain bin version.
I don't know. That's the thing. Ooh. That is the legacy of Stir of Echoes. It had the unfortunate task of coming out the same year, a couple months later than Sixth Sense, which was a monster of a movie. And Stir of Echoes is basically like the B Squad version of the Sixth Sense.
The discount version, the bargain bin, even though I think Kevin Bacon's really good in it. He's a standout as per usual.
You just saw it, right? Like I saw this in the theaters back in 99.
Yes, to go back. I never seen this. I think I maybe catch the ending, or I was going to sleep and it was on HBO or Cinemax, but I never saw the whole thing all the way through. So I rewatched it before we did this, like a couple nights ago.
Right. And did you bargain bin?
I was very okay, well, I guess that was, at that time. And I think we said this with Run Lola Run. It's like at that time, I think it would have been a lot cooler to me and maybe scarier or whatever. But it just felt like so by the numbers at this point, rewatching it.
Well, okay, yeah. I guess hindsight's with 20 years of movies in between, and then you kind of see. I mean, yes, this is long before stuff. The whole Conjuring and Insidious and Babadook and It Follows and the Saw franchise, all of that stuff. So this is before that. And I think this is there's two. What if this came out a year before The Sixth Sense? Would it have fared better? Would it be? Mm-hmm. I don't know. And then the way I look at it, I liked it a lot, but I don't know if I liked it because I felt bad that it had the unfortunate luck of coming on. It's like doing a World War II movie and it's not as good as Saving Private Ryan, and you have to follow that, and you're like, come on, dude.
Well, or you do the Thin Blue Line up against Saving, but you're Terrence and nobody's really seen it because it's so slow and it's 3.5 hours and people are just walking through jungles.
The Thin Red Line, Thin
Blue
Line was a documentary.
Thin Red Lines.
Right, I get what you're saying.
Thank you for clarifying.
We'll put that up on the thing. The document, the two.
Yeah.
No, but it's exactly it. In '98 when Saving Private Ryan came up there, and then but I don't know that.
I wouldn't compare
those
two.
Movie.
I would just say this was a very good. If you're looking, I would look at it like this: Sixth Sense. It's better shot. It's better paced as a ghost story. It's that. And I think that Stir of Echoes just has this thing of it's got its creepy moments. It's got decent acting. It's got its little jump scares. But it's something you don't leave the theater and go, I can't wait to see that again and get this and that and that. It's it's all spelled out for us,
I see what you mean. And yeah, maybe it's a little bit predictable by today's standards. I mean, I think at the time I was kind of like, oh, I didn't necessarily know, that was coming. But yeah, and maybe it's just that it's simply the fact that I think it deserved better. We did a movie earlier called the 13th Floor, and that was another one that came out, again after The Matrix, and it was just this bargain bin discount version of The Matrix. It wasn't nearly as good, but I was I thought it was better than, it didn't deserve the bomb, and Stir of Echoes was kind of like that. I was I mean, is it the best horror movie? No, but it deserved better than.
I think it would have been, and it would have been a good time. Look, I don't dislike it. But I don't. I just feel like it's just something that once it ended, I was just kind of like, okay, that's kind of. But it did. You had the kid that had the voices of the dead people, and it's just you can't help but if you've never seen it, I never saw before, you can't help but just keep going. This was done better, and. Shyamalan's movie.
It really was you kind of go, did somebody know M. Night Shyamalan was making and then oh, let's do, because it is very eerily similar. Like a kid that could see ghosts, and then a ghost needs help, like to capture their killer.
And at the time, they were doing a lot of that, and maybe this one isn't as well known as the Dante's Peak and Volcano, or then Armageddon and the other one. I'm losing the name of it.
Deep Impact.
Deep Impact.
Yeah. The 90s was a weird decade where there was like the two movies coming out about the same thing every year, like 98 with like the World War II movies, and that. I mean, it was just like, what is going on? Everyone's got to do a volcano movie. Now we got to do an asteroid movie. And it's like,
right. Well, I mean, like I said, I think the standout was obviously Kevin Bacon. I mean, he's pretty good. Like, as sort of that actor you've been seeing for forever, it did kind of take me back a little bit to like Flatliners and stuff he's done and the horror stuff. Mm-hmm. But it is really, cool to see like how deep in the character that he got with that.
Yeah. So he was really good. Him. I mean, he went off the deep end with the whole digging thing and just kind of obsessed with the thing. And I'd say it's been a while since I saw the movie. I just found this out a minute ago that Jennifer Morrison was the dead girl. The ghost.
Right. Yeah.
I had no idea. She's been in all the Once Upon a Time and all the stuff. Yeah. I never knew.
2 years later, she's on House. She was,
Yeah, she's like, and I mean, she's been in a ton of stuff. I had no idea that was like one of her first roles or something. But,
right.
No, I was like, oh my God, she's the ghost. That's crazy.
Yeah, she's the ghost. And I think like, and I did get it wrong. I thought that the other character actor, I'm losing his name. I'll put it up.
I know who you're talking about.
I thought that he was sort of the villain, like maybe he had raped her. Well, can't say that on YouTube, but it did go in that weird thing with the boys and all that stuff. The problem that I have is like you don't have that. Can I follow along this thing? Like, who are these boys? And is one a little more shady? Like, we never see them other than the ending. That's what I think was the problem that I had. I was like, you're showing me all the guys and then they cover up. And I'm like, of course, they covered up a murder of some sort.
Yeah.
But I didn't. You never showed the people that actually did it to her.
That is like one of like many kind of like missed opportunities, I think, where they threw in some cool stuff that was like, at first I thought, it was going to be about hypnosis, but. And that just breaks you into the, to see the ghost. But I was kind of more interested in the kid because, like Kevin Bacon's thing was like a one and done, but the kid could the ending was, I thought, super cool because they're going to the new neighborhood and then he's hearing voices everywhere and they're calling his name and it's like, oh my God.
And it's very reminiscent, I will say, of The Shining. I think do you have the vision, or can you see? Obviously.
Yeah, and it's like I want another movie about this kid, but and then there was something that I feel like was kind of like flew under the radar, but like he had a premonition that about feathers or something, and then if he stayed in that room, he would have got killed,
right?
Because it was like he foresaw that. Like there was so many things like that where I was like, that's so much cooler than what you were doing over here.
And well, that's the fun thing too. And again, with all these spoilers, of course, just FYI, we're spoiling.
Oh, too late for that.
The bad guy did, or the father of one of the characters, he's in one of Bacon's premonitions that doesn't show up till later. So you see him saying a line that you see in like 30, 40 minutes before, which is also interesting. You're not just seeing ghosts, you're getting the future.
Yeah, there was some stuff in there that I thought, so it was sort of like, they could have, there was a lot there that they could have, they didn't necessarily do, but, and I don't know, maybe that's why I look back on it fondly, because they just had a lot of these like little interesting, like, oh, that was cool. Like,
yeah, look, I liked it. Give it a watch if it comes your way, I'd say for sure. But
it's definitely worth a watch. It's definitely a better horror movie. And I think the reason nobody knows about it or forgot about it is simply because of The Sixth Sense. Yeah.
For sure. So. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching this episode of Back in 99. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe, comment, by all means. We'd love to see them. And we'll see you again on the next episode of Back in 99.
Woo-woo!